First item on the agenda is the Dettmer bill, and I understand you have a presentation and that has a audio visual or a movie or something. Will you begin that now so as people come in we can see it? When I say stop,
it's not up on this one.
Stop it.
Okay, there it is. Okay. Thank you, Madam Chair. My name is Bill James, and I am with the United States Navy League Twin Cities Association, and I'm here to give a briefing in support of House Finance Bill 1436. This bill has to do with appropriating $200,000 in a grant from the general fund to the Adjutant General of Military Affairs for the grant towards the commissioning of the USS Minnesota submarine. I'm going to give a brief overview of that ship at this point.
But is that in the film?
Yes, ma'am. This is the presentation I have up on the monitors.
Okay, and that's going to start right now?
I'm going to do it for you right now. It's not a video.
Oh, you talk along with it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, please go on.
Just a brief timeline here. Some facts about the Minnesota. It's a brand new submarine that's going to be that has been christened and will be commissioned this September. And there's the various dates of activity that have happened up to this point. It was officially launched into the water last November in 2012. This is a picture of the artist Jacob Bartels, who created the ship's crest. We had a contest that we sponsored, and 172 entries came from students and adults from around the state of Minnesota. And Jacob's crest for the submarine was chosen by the crew members. This is a picture of the crest here. It symbolizes obviously the state of Minnesota. The Viking with the North Star, the Latin phrase in the center, Exemptrius Vitreus, is from the North Strength. And the three stars that are indicated are for the three ships that have worn the name Minnesota in the past. And a nice little graphic is the state killer walleye on the bow of the submarine. Some brief history. This is the submarine will be the third ship named after Minnesota. The first one was a frigate that was commissioned in the early 1800s. It fought in a very famous battle in Hampton Roads, which was a very pivotal battle during the Civil War, and built the Monitor and the Merrimack. So the Minnesota frigate was present in that battle. Here's a picture of that ship from 1901, and also another graphic of the famous Battle of the Hampton Roads where it took place. The second ship to be commissioned was part of the Theodore Roosevelt administration. It was a battleship, BB-22, and it was part of the Great White Fleet, which was the official launch of the modern Navy. This is a picture of that ship, and it was in service until 1907. A couple of vital statistics about our ship. It is a Virginia-class fast-attack nuclear submarine. It's a pretty significant investment on behalf of the nation. It has 135 crew members, 4 of which are native Minnesotans serving currently on the crew of the Minnesota, and some other pertinent details about its capabilities, speed and submergence and such. It's a fully armed submarine, as you can well understand. Its primary purpose is to help begin replacing the aging Los Angeles attack submarines, which are currently being decommissioned over time. This is the 10th ship to be commissioned as a Virginia class. We came right after the USS Mississippi. The North Dakota, the John Warner, and the Illinois are currently being built at the Huntington Ingalls Shipyard in Newport News, Virginia. And we are delivering about 2 a year in 2013. This is our ship sponsor, Mrs. Ellen Ruffhead. She is a native Minnesotan. She is the wife of the former Chief of Naval Operations, Admiral Gary Ruffhead. And her grandparents immigrated here to the state of Minnesota, so she was raised here in our great state. She got to do a really fun thing. This is a christening event with the breaking of the champagne against the hull side. The gentleman over her left shoulder is Commander John Fancher. He is the current commanding officer of the submarine Minnesota. John's Naval Academy graduate, class of 91. He was previously served on the USS Ronald Reagan as their anti-submarine warfare officer. And his wife, Amy, and parents all reside and were raised in Edina, Minnesota, somewhat ironically. Submarines get built today pretty efficiently. They are come in sections out of 2 shipyards, the Groton, Connecticut facility, General Dynamics Electric Boat Division, as well as the Newport News facility. A couple of big moments for a submarine are the keel authentication ceremony, which is the basic start of the build of the ship. And then this past October, we had a commissioning ceremony, which was held in the Naval Shipyard. After commissioning, the submarine does a rollout from the hangar bay. This is now on the move into the floating dry dock area where the ship is floated, in essence, in a big bathtub, and then taken over to the quay for final fitment and rollout. There's some significant new things with this Virginia-class submarine. We have no more periscopes in the Navy. It's all photonics and infrared now, so very efficient. Only 2 crew members pilot it, and it requires no refueling for life. Refueling of a nuclear-powered submarine is incredibly expensive and takes about 18 months, so quite a cost savings to the taxpayers for that. Very efficient control systems and other primary systems for the torpedo and weapons platforms. It's a very much all-glass submarine, one big iPad on the control panels now where you can move the information around very efficiently and very timely for the commanding officer. And it's a paperless Navy on board. We can sign off all the appropriations and ordering for ship stores now are all handled on tablet computers. The crew is very well taken care of from a mess standpoint and very well fed and very well taken care of. The submarine provides its own air, power, electricity, and water. So about the only reason we have to move it back into port is to load more fuel and crew rotations aboard. The next big event is going to be the commissioning ceremony on September 7th, which will take place in Newport News, Virginia, at the Naval Shipyard there. And why this matters? First and foremost, it's very important for the crews and families that we honor their services, dedication, and sacrifice to the service. Pride runs pretty deep in the Navy as well as here in Minnesota. We're known very much for our values of hard work, personal commitment, and overcoming significant obstacles on very cold spring days like this. And last but not least, we have great faith, courage, and service towards the crew members. We have a funding request going forward. Here's some bullet points. I just want to highlight a couple. Part of the funding that we're raising is going to be to endow 2 scholarships in the total of $160,000 to the University of Minnesota Foundation on behalf of the U.S. Navy League here, and in the support of educational scholarship for crew members and other students that want to pursue degrees at the university, and to also help and support state veterans with ongoing support and assistance around education, jobs, and access to quality health care. This is some language regarding our bill. I won't read it all. You have it also in front of you. Graciously, Representative Dettmer and Senator Roger Reinhardt are co-sponsoring this bill. It's a request for appropriating up to $200,000 of general funds on a dollar match with what we raise in the private sector. To date, we've raised about $151,000 towards that end, and our goal is towards a goal of $400,000 in total. Try to do that as quickly as possible, and I appreciate it and take any questions you may have.
Thank you very much, Mr. James. Is the $200,000 then going for the scholarships, to match your scholarships that you're raising?
Yes, we're raising in total a goal of $400,000, and we will allocate $160,000. We've been told it's about $80,000 to endow scholarship there, and so we're after 2 of those for a total of $160,000. So out of the complete funds that we raise, both private and public sector, we will endow those scholarships.
Mr. Kerr? Is it my understanding that this money, this appropriation would go to the Department of Military Affairs?
Madam Chair, for the record, Don Kerr, the Executive Director of the Department of Military Affairs. Yes, Madam Chair, that's in the bill. I assume that that's for us to further grant out to support the activities of the Navy League. Jeff?
And to your knowledge, has general fund monies been spent for this type of purpose in the past?
Not to my knowledge, Madam Chair.
It has been, other states have allocated monies previously towards efforts of this nature. Yes, ma'am.
Representative Dettmer moves that House File 1436 be held over for possible inclusion in the Omnibus Finance Bill. Representative Dettmer?
Yeah, thank you, Madam Chair and committee members. You know, I wore my navy blue today.
Thank you.
But I have to apologize. The Army was late today getting to committee. So, yes, this was brought to my attention, and also I had a meeting with the governor, as the chair also attended that meeting, and the governor will be getting an invitation from the Department of Navy to attend the commissioning of the USS Minnesota.
But, Representative Dettmer, from what I heard in Mr. Hill's remarks, or Mr. James's remarks, that it was commissioned once already and now it's being recommissioned?
No, ma'am. It was christened in October of 2012, and basically what that does is it moves it actually into the ocean at that standpoint. It's built into a hangar. It's built in a hangar bay. So upon commissioning in September of 2013, that's when the ship will enter the official naval registry as an active duty ship in the Navy.
But it's been working for how long with these 134 crew members?
The ship was first started build in August of 2008. So the crew has been coming on board in periodic installments from that date. But all 135 crew members are assigned to the Minnesota at this time.
All right. Are there any questions to the committee members? All in favor of the Dettmer motion signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion is adopted. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Members, the hour has 2 o'clock. So our committee time period is over. We are going to have to repost for tomorrow at 12:30, maybe 12 o'clock, depending on availability of room and so forth. The agenda may change. I would like to say at this time that after conferring with staff after the last meeting, House File 1184, the Governor's State Government Budget Recommendations, we are just going to talk about the very few changes in the supplementary budget, and then with the Department of Budget Management and Budget and campaign finance, and just those issues, the changes that have taken place from the governor's original budget. But 1184 is going to be the vehicle for our committee bill. But it will be a delete everything amendment or bill. So we will we will adopt the number and then put forth another bill at a later time. So don't prepare amendments to 1184 as it stands today. The other items on the agenda may or may not be on the agenda tomorrow. There's a couple other bills that are coming in from other committees, but I don't know any more than that to tell you at this time. Ms. Conley, do you have anything to add? Do you have more information than I might have on tomorrow's meeting?
Madam Chair, we talked about extending what we didn't get done today, and then potentially adding 2 bills that have previously been heard that you might want to send out alone,
That's correct.
and they'll be posted.
Representative Bernardi.
Oh, okay.
Okay. This meeting is adjourned.